morning, everyone. I wanted to take a quick 2 or so minutes out of watching Mitch right now to let you know I am heading to Mayo. What you're going to see is a mishmash, shall we say, of videos from Jack's birthday, which was Saturday, through Sunday, when I was at the store, going to church, now going to Mayo, and maybe I'll have some musings while I'm at Mayo. So enjoy this mishmash video, and I will talk to you later. And this is what you eat for your 76th birthday when you live in the middle of a forest. Rib steak, homemade croissants, homemade french fries in beef tallow, real Irish butter from Ireland. This is what I'm having. Boring. And for dessert, homemade croissant donuts. No birthday cake. This is a birthday fit for the middle of a forest. Happy birthday, Jack. Greetings, everyone. Good morning. It is 20 minutes after 10, and I am driving to my church for Sunday service. The later service, I didn't go yesterday, was Jack's birthday, and if you didn't see my Facebook post, I will make sure to include what I fed him in the middle of the forest for his 76th birthday. And I know I was talking about the live when I came home on Friday. What do you buy a guy that has everything, had everything all of his life? You buy him gallons of milk, and I bought him some cologne. And the name of the cologne is called Chrome. Reason being is it started out as a joke, really, because he, as a former Peterbilt truck driver, Peterbilt owner, truck driver, lifelong truck driver, millions of miles under his belt. He just loved the look of chrome as he was going down the road and gussied up all of his vehicles. As a matter of fact, he takes better care of his own vehicles than he does his house or his garage. If you know, you know, ladies. I bought him that chrome. I liked the smell of it, so it kind of stuck. And he hadn't had chrome cologne for, I don't know, maybe about a year. We've been out of it, so again, what do you get somebody that has everything? The basics, again. And we really don't want for much, because when we need something, we just buy something. So we don't necessarily have to have a birthday to buy something. So as you guys fully know, I have been completely, my whole life has been the last couple months involved in the Kilt's mighty network way of eating that God intended, natural. I do carnivore, but I started out doing keto. So I intend to be a certified coach with this program and the certification piece of paper. Now, there are people within the group that wanted to start this Kilt's Mighty Network carnivore coaching for their own personal knowledge and use, and don't necessarily want to become keto or carnivore or coaches that I felt a sneeze coming on, so I turned off the camera and sneezing came back on. So it was my intention to get the certification because, quite frankly, I already have the knowledge starting on the ketogenic way of eating to get myself back on track, lose the weight, and it just evolved into the carnivore way of eating. Number one, very simple for me. Sometimes it's so simple that I even think to myself, did I forget how to cook? Don't get me wrong. I used to be a caterer and I can cook, but for me to just make a pound of ground beef or 4 quarter-pound burgers from frozen is really a time saving due to my way of life, really. It's just so simple. Being married to a person that still does the standard American diet, it's hard. It's hard because you want them to have optimal health and you want them to be, I don't know, should we say, more in tune with what they feed their body and how it affects them. For example, I know that when I do have those rare cases, very rare, that I may go out to eat and they put some lettuce on a burger, for example. I'm careful if it's the shredded stuff, of course. I'm careful to remove as much as I possibly can. However, I know when I have those certain vegetables, I can have pickles, not a problem. I can have sauerkraut, not a problem. And maybe my body is acclimated to those 2 fermented foods. But a tomato in a chili that maybe I have missed when I'm picking out from the chili that I make, differentiating what I make for Jack and what I make myself. I'll catch an occasional tomato here and there, but it doesn't get processed. I'm being very polite when I say this. It doesn't get processed the same way as the meat that I eat. We've spoke before about people that have colostomy bags, and it's evident to those individuals what gets processed in their system and what doesn't. Same applies for us that don't have a colostomy bag. But it's not unusual for us not to not go to the restroom several times a day. We just don't do that. And back in the day, when I ate a lot of the garbage and stuff and the big Elaine from Seinfeld salad, if you know, you know, I would process it faster and more than I do eating just carnivore. So these events of this last 10 days or so has set me down the course of, yes, still eating natural, God-given foods from animals, like Greek yogurt. Yes, I've had Greek yogurt before. And because I just discovered in my cabinet, cleaning it out, the Keto Chow strawberry, or I'm sorry, perfect keto, not Keto Chow, perfect keto strawberry collagen, I added that to the Quip that I purchased, the strawberry. Again, 2 things. Third thing, cheese and the cheese products. Yes, I have purchased Costco Parmesan Reggiano and nuked it, microwaved it into cheese crisps like a chip. Dipped it into sour cream. I'm not saying that these are all bad things. That's not where I'm going with this. However, yesterday I was listening to a live that was going on. It was Thomas's birthday, Target Prime Rib Thomas, and they were talking about chocolate and candy bars with Russ. They were guests together in the afternoon, and just hearing that kind of made me grit my teeth, really, because I don't know, just the thought of chocolate and that sweet taste and that artificial, shall we say, waxy taste that it leaves in your mouth, on your teeth, on your tongue. It's something, quite frankly, that I disdain right now. I didn't hate it 5 years ago when I went on and off the wagon and justified it. I didn't hate it back then, but things don't happen overnight. So for me, chocolate, completely out of the picture. No more. Can't do it. Don't want it. Don't want to do it. Insofar as food is concerned, for me, for today, I have planned to eat my usual ground beef and eggs after church. And obviously, I won't film it because you guys know I eat the same old. So that's what I'm having, and I'm going to share it with the dog. I'll have half of a pound of the Butcher Bucks ground beef and give her half of the pound for her dinner tonight. So that's what's on the menu today for me. Good news for our church is the new parking lot has been finished, blacktopped, and now we'll have more room for more people. Obviously, I'm expecting a whole lot more people again today as we had last Sunday. But I'm happy for that. It's a good thing. We need more people to attend church. Whatever church you go to, I think there's nothing wrong with having a rest day and going to church. I like it. It works for me. Yeah, sure, there's people out there that say, well, I don't need to go to church. I can pray by myself, whatever denomination they belong to. And that's fine. I do pray myself as well. But let me turn the camera around. Here's the line. I'm getting a low fuel warning. I have to get some gas. There's the line going into church. And there's the parking lot where we are jammed. We are jammed at church. And that, folks, is a good thing. Now, the next couple frames and segments you're going to see is my experience after church shopping and looking at some of the products that just made me shake my head. Now, this is a total bummer. Remember these from back in the day? Well, Sam's Club has got them. Good price, I think. But the ingredients: chicken skins, sunflower oil, and or safflower oil, and or canola oil and salt, and or don't buy if you don't eat seed oils. Ugh, bummer, too bad. So now I'm at Costco down the nut aisle and jam aisle. Just looking, gawking, run into this stuff. What the heck is that? And then I see this pistachio cream. What is this? This is new. Well, new to me at least. Let's check out the ingredients. Turkish pistachios, okay, non-GMO. Unrefined sugar, no. Cocoa butter, no. Sunflower oil, sunflower lecithin, and salt. No. Why? Why with these oils? The pistachios in themselves have more than enough oils. Hard no, right here. And then we have the organic almond butter. Note these ingredients. Then we have the mixed nut butter. If that isn't confusing, I don't know what is. Look at that. See? Plenty of natural oil. You don't have to add extra stuff, but let's see. Let's find out. Almonds, cashews, pumpkin seeds, chia seeds, and flax seeds. Huh. Natural oil from those seeds. I'm not going to buy it, but pistachio butter, hard no for that. Just another FYI. Bear in mind, I am not shopping for any peanut butter. My husband Jack likes Skippy, so you have to fight your battles when you have to. But this is more like it. Organic peanut butter. Look at these ingredients. Organic peanuts, sea salt. That's it. That's all. Common sense. Now, clearly, you know I'm just killing time right now. I saw this at the end of the freezer section. Picklicious. Dehydrated pickles, ready to eat. You know I love my pickles, but let's check out the ingredients. Hey, cucumber lovers. We have cucumber, maltose, sustainable palm fruit oil, seasoning, maltodextrin, come on, salt, natural flavors, vegetable powders, onion, garlic, sugar, spices. Why with the natural flavors? I don't think there's anything wrong with the flavor of pickles. You know what I mean? And here we are again, end cap, bell pepper crisps. What do you think? Do you think I would get these? Let's read the ingredients, shall we? Bear in mind, I still am a carnivore. Dried bell peppers, contains 2% or less of the following: sunflower oil and sea salt. Really? I don't get it with this oil, but you do you, boo. So now I'm here at Festival Foods, one of my favorite Wisconsin grocers, to get Jack his infamous beef bologna. Wow, they are not giving this stuff away. $9.49. Way to go, Oscar. But that's the only kind he likes, so it is what it is. You pay the price. So I'm going looking down the aisles here at Festival because Jack likes his individual pizzas, you know, when I'm working, so he can just pop one in the nuke machine. Looking down the aisles, and what am I come across? Check out this last aisle, number 16. What do you see? That's right. That's where you'll find your lost spouse. Down that aisle, number 16. I had to giggle. So here's the individual pizzas. And typically, this is the kind that Jack likes. But he doesn't like all this, as he calls it, green stuff on the top. That's new. Ultra thin crust, that's his personal favorite. Can't buy it. Green stuff. Let's see. Look at this. Oh, sweetie pie, sweet pizza. No. No. Lots of matzah. No, doesn't like that. What is this one? Of course, way back there. I have to get those cheese pizzas. No green stuff on those. Let me grab one. Okay, on second thought, I'll grab 5 of them. He will have to do with these. We have one of those rotating pizza machines, so just slap it on there and go. So I came around the side of the pizza aisle and I ran into these. Connie's, Chicago's finest since 1963. I will guarantee you that Jack never heard of Chicago's finest, Connie's, but you know what? Green stuff. That ain't happening. Sorry, Connie. This is what I ended up eating today. I just finished the Mitch video, his live video. Honest to Pete, driving and only listening is the way to go. I did not catch a lick of the conversation, but as Mitch was reading and recalling some of the conversation, I was just cracking up. He was speaking about the new Typher air fryer that he introduced. I saw the video. I saw it in my feed. I didn't click on it because time. You just have so much time in a day. You know what I mean? So, he apparently broke the Typher rule and he released this video before it was supposed to be released in October. So, of course, he got a polite-ish reminder letter from the company saying don't introduce it, whatever. To that I say, everybody and their mother that does not own a air fryer needs to order one under Mitch's code. Seriously, I have 3 air fryers. However, if Mitch goes ahead and does what did what he did and got this video up and out, I say kudos to you, Mitch. You go on with your bad self, buddy. I am 100% proud of you, Mitch. Everybody else is probably having a big hemorrhoid, which leads me to the next subject. I am trying to find a parking space here. I got some mail. I'm early. I'm supposed to be here at 7:45 for my appointment, but I'm going to be here all day. Wow. There is Jack's cousin. I just saw Jack's cousin here at Big Mayo. Yep. Ed's here. Wow. 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 Okay. Squirrel moment. I had a squirrel moment. I'm going to be here the majority of the morning. I had dropped a note saying I'm not going to be doing a nighttime video because of time and I need some sleep. And I'm sure you all understand. Okay, so now I'm parked. Now I can pay attention. I have several scans here that need to be tended to. Just getting all the ducks in a row ordered, done before the end of the year. I also will periodically, as the day goes on, will be doing snippets, like I said, for the day to be able to put on here as opposed to doing a video for tonight. So there you go. It's nice to get in bright and early before anybody else. I actually got a front parking spot and I saw my husband's cousin Ed up here at Mayo. So lots of activities. Oh yeah. And because I'm here all day, I brought my own beverage as I'm waiting in line to register. My beverage decides to drip, 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 tipped in this little wheelchair gizmo. It's quite a haul from the x-ray department to nuclear medicine, so I figured I'm gonna have them push me around. Better than me gimping. And then I have to be here for 4 hours for the dye to click in and them do their magic nuclear medicine stuff. So let's go. Because I'm not sure how long of a battery life I will need, I brought an electric cord, electric port if I needed a plug-in. But here in the garden, there's nowhere for me to plug in. So I brought an ancillary battery. You stick this port right into the phone and it keeps up with the charge. So I can keep on studying and talking and doing all the things. Right now I'm at 62%, so I am definitely glad I brought this charger along. So I am done with the first part, and I'm sorry, I probably should have filmed that. It was quite interesting. They injected the dye into my system, and I have to be back into nuclear medicine in 3 hours. So they're telling me, why don't you go to shopping, go to Costco, go to the mall and come back in 3 hours. No! Why risk losing this premier handicap spot? That's just my logic. So I am in their healing garden. Let me turn the camera around and show you how cool this place is. There's one of the stones from the old building, the Lutheran Hospital School of Nursing, that they brought and brought here. Very cool. This is the healing garden. Nobody's in here but me. So I'm free to walk and talk. I'll do a sky shot. It's just beautiful. Very, very peaceful. A lot of people have lunch here. They wait for their significant others during testing. I like it to come here to do my YouTubes. It's very nice, very peaceful. Beautiful too. Some of the plants need tending to, but of course, those of you that know me know I am horticulturally challenged. I don't have a clue other than seeing dead leaves that maybe need to be plucked. Perhaps it needs some watering. I don't know about this one. And I know people are screaming out the names of these plants right now as they're watching. Oh, Jerry, that's a this, that, yucca, whatever, spider plant, I don't know. Beautiful. When I got here, the weather was 60 degrees, left my house. And by the time I arrived here at the Mayo Clinic in Eau Claire, it was 64. So it got warmer as I came closer. Oh, look at this, is quite interesting. I never knew this alcove was here. Let's see. Little fireplace. Heat glow. There's a room over on this side. Interesting. Very interesting. Pretty. So if people want to lay down, I guess. I don't see a button to turn on the heat and glow system. Nevertheless, it's a nice little feature here. There's a plant leaf that gave itself up. Just beautiful. Let me go back around to my seat of choice. The John Kildall meditation area. That's what this is called, the fireplace alcove. Very nice. All right, let me go back and talk to you a little bit longer. So this is where I'll be for the next couple hours. I'll turn the camera around. I still have about an hour before the Kelly Hogan class starts. My zero carb life class starts. And I'll show you the port site that they injected the dye in me. There we go. He came out with this nuclear radioactive. He said what the term was. It's a long term, but he came out with this capsule, and I was assuming that it was about maybe 16 ounces of radioactive stuff he put in me. No, on the contrary, it was just a syringe, a basic syringe, bigger than what a diabetic would use. I don't know how many cc's, but it was not a large amount. If I'd have to say in cooking terms, I'd probably say 3 tablespoons worth of a syringe full of this radioactive stuff. So what it does is, there we go, what it does is gets into all the nooks and crannies and will locate where any problems are that I'm experiencing right now within the back, and quite frankly, any bones, primarily they're looking at my back. So it's going to all the bones. It's different than a bone density test, but it's more intensive. It's way different than an MRI. They're not shooting you for a picture. They're going with intenseness to see very slight changes in bones and fractures and anything that would be causing this malady for me. I don't know. I just know, I believe I'm not healing as fast as I think I should mentally. I think I should be further ahead in the game. But as I told the radiology tech, nuclear medicine tech, I said, what came first? Basically the chicken or the egg. Should I have done the hip surgery first before the back? I didn't know about the hip until after I had the back surgery, when I couldn't do the basic exercises that's needed to heal from the back surgery. So when I had the hip surgery, that's when I did the picture of the bruising that was on my thigh. They're just going to have to go into more depth with this nuclear test. So I'm going to check my email right now and do the Kelly class. So I will talk to you later. So I'm done with the Kelly Hogan class for this morning. Now it's the last one for the month. She does 4 weeks, 4 Mondays. So we started the 1st. And this is it for September. It was something. She had a audience participation video in which if I was at home, I could be able to participate. Not a problem. There's rooms around me where they can see in the garden, but I can't see in their office. So far be it from me to start jumping around and stretching and doing any exercises here in a public place for obvious reasons. Yeah, but it was fun. And when I go home, I'll be able to do the exercises when I watch the Zoom on replay. So it was a fun hour. Thanks, Kel. Thanks, gals. Now here are the next steps, seeing as though I just had the dye injected in me. The itinerary says to come back to nuclear medicine, radiology. That's where they're going to test me with the dye being completely in my system for the next 3 hours. Then they're going to read the test, and I will get the results back here at the Mayo Clinic when I meet with the physician's assistant, Caitlin, on this coming Friday morning. So you guys will find out when I find out what the results are on Friday. It's 20 after 10, and I guess I should start hobbling myself back to nuclear medicine, finding a restroom, of course. That's first priority. And then I will film before, obviously, the test starts to let you see what the buzz is about. And this is the gamma.
Not your grandma, your gamma.
Yeah, Olivia said, not your grandma, your gamma.
Yeah.
So this was the tube I went through. And I'm all radioactive still, right?
Yep, you are.
Very interesting, very cool. It's just a weird sensation when you can't move for 45 minutes. Very weird. Well, that's it for me with Mayo Clinic. I am done in my truck. now I have to head back to work. It's 12 noon right now, and I don't have to be at work to start until 2 because that's what the paperwork says. I was expected to be about an hour late, and work says I can't come in any earlier. So I'm committed to what it says on the paperwork. So it is what it is. Thanks for coming along with me. I'm going to head into work, and I still have my air fryer at work, so I'm going to make my brunch. I have some pork belly that I'm going to have, and 3 hard-boiled eggs. That's going to be my breakfast and my lunch. And then work until 10 p.m. So thanks a lot for coming with me. Thank you for having a great weekend here. Sorry it was a little hodgepodgey, but it is what it is for right now. And I will see you all Tuesday evening at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we'll resume the lives again. Until then, toodles, y'all.